Right, first things first. If you can let me know how the audio is, because this is the first time I've done a live with this mic. Dave Flowers, how's things? Adrian Mason, how are you? The plan is for me to, for only the second time ever, to make a Staggerton. So I made one earlier on today. I used a higher gauge wire just to see if it was doable. I make frame staples for the website, so I'm well used to prepping staple wire, ribbon wire. So I said I'd give the Staggertons a go for the first time, and it went pretty good. So I'm gonna make a vapable set hopefully tonight, and have a glass of wine. Can you hear me there? You can. So we're going to make, hopefully get a set. These two coils, two Staggertons. I'm going to be using four pieces of 0.4 ribbon. The frames are going to be 28 gauge, and the staggered wrap on the wrap is going to be 38 gauge. That is the plan. I have a down low camera. Hopefully it will do the job. And I'm going to switch to it now and see how it looks. Good enough, thanks. Good man, Adrian. Right, so we'll switch to the down low and we'll prep the ribbon and we get started. Alright. Right, transition. Boom. There we go. Hope you can still hear me. Right, so we're using some wire Optum 0.4 ribbon. This is a new spool. We'll open her up. I was asked earlier today to join the coil colony on Instagram, so if you haven't checked the coil colony yet, make sure you check them on Instagram. There's a load of builders that are a lot better than me over there. Right, so I'm gonna pull these to about 24 inches. Should give me enough room to play with. So I'm gonna pull off 4 strands of ribbon, and then I'm gonna double it up and make a loop. Double it up and make a loop. I always give it a wee stretch. I find with the wire Optum wire, you need to give it a wee stretch. If I was using Twisted Messes wire, ribbon wire, in the past I didn't need the stretch. That just seems to come off the spool perfect. That is 3. One more to go. 4. Right, ribbon is cut. So first thing to do, get the ends level at the end here, and get my little swan and dab a bit of water, get a bit wet and still stick together easier. Right. So look, when I double them over, they don't have to be perfect, just sort of sticking together, and then flip them over, try and get them as close to the opposite ends as possible and pinch. And this is where you want to get it perfect. So you want to get your loop. This is where you want to start trying to get everything perfect. Squeeze your loop. Keep running your fingers down. A little bit more water. One thing I'm pretty good at is prepping ribbon because I do sell frame staples on the website. So the ribbon, prepping the ribbon won't be an issue for me. It's the staggered part of this build that might be an issue for me. And since I've only ever done a Staggerton once before today, so I'm not too worried about the ribbon prep. I'm pretty used to that. It's the staggered part. Normally as well, I wouldn't have my DeWalt drill with me. Normally I build with if you've seen any of my videos before, I build with it's like a jewelry. It's a Dremel drill, foot pedal. But I've sort of decided after trial and error to try, and if I'm going to do some stagger builds, I need to be using a drill until I figure out a better method. So that's pretty much stacked perfect there now. And I'm going to put a binder on that end. So I'm going to put a binder on this end here. I'm going to glue this end. I'm going to put another binder about 1/2 inch down. If it focuses, there we go. So binder here, glue this end, another binder. I'll slide that binder down to the bottom, and then I'll glue that end. And then I'll put it again, another binder in the same spot here. And that is going to be a little bit of a slider for me as I fuse the ribbon well. Right, so first binder. Oh, I lost it. Cobra coils, how's things? Right. So that's going to be my first binder. And I'll cut the excess off there. Right, so I'm going to glue that end, and then I'm going to put another binder and then slide that down. So I'll glue this end down now. Key maker coils, those things. And glue that binder. Boom. Nick Devine always says a bit of vape makes it dry quicker. Nick Devine's always right, isn't he? Right, so another binder below that. Wrap it 4 or 5 times. And that is going to slide right down to the bottom. And you can cut see the way there's a short end here, so you're going to cut to make them all level. So hopefully I still should have enough for 2 coils. I should have, yeah, plenty here. Just knocked out 10 feet of 40 by 50 micro. Jesus Christ. 40 by 50. I've never used 50. Never. That must be super, super delicate. Right, so I'm going to cut these little hairs off. I'm going to glue this end, and then I'm going to do one more binder at the opposite end, and that's going to work as a slider for me when I'm fusing them. So, glue this end. Now, okay, so that's both ends glued. Both ends glued. Just wet it again. Go. Right, so one more bind on this end, and then I can set it up in the chuck. Right, hold on a sec. It's actually the other end. So this is the looped end. So that's going to the chuck. Sorry, that's going to the swivels. So it's actually the opposite end. I need the next binder. Right. So one more binder, and then I'll put it in the chuck and get ready to fuse or parallel fuse. Right, so that's the binder on. Now I need to do a bit of maneuvering. There's crotch cam, lads. Right. Right, so loop, slide me loop on. Good, and this end is going to go into the chuck. 3848 is my favorite, but I make a lot of 3646 to find the smaller gauges easier. Just gotta be careful, yeah. You can imagine. Right. So this, all the techniques for this is basically where are we? Taken from Nick Devine's video. His video from a couple of years ago for his Staggerton. His Staggertons. So okay, so the slider is moving pretty good. So the next thing is to set up these bags. So I have 38 gauge in a bag, and it's open slightly at the end with the tail coming out, and same again this side. So in theory, this should spin. It should spin in the bag as you pull it off, and it shouldn't tangle. And it did in my first go, so hopefully the second go is as good. This is the bit I was worried most about, I think. Right. So Nick was saying to have it to your left side or towards the chuck end, to two bags. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to lay them on my left side. Right. Right, they seem to be coming off. Okay. Right, so I'm just going to wrap this around a few times by hand. Maybe 3 to 4 times just to get it secured. 10 feet. Yeah, 10 feet of 40 by 50 is a bit crazy. Right, I will set up the macro lens now and see, can we get a look at this? All right. Boom, boom, boom. This way. Okay. This is very awkward with this mic. There we go. Right. I think it's on the right road there now, so we're going to tip away. I might take this macro lens off and just give you a larger view of it. 1 second. Go. Feel like it's going alright. Keep it lit. Okay, that went pretty good. Now going from next video, from watching next video earlier today, he says you cut the wrap wire that is closest to the swivels flush, and then leave an inch on the one that is this side. That is the drill side. So I need to separate these two. Okay, so this one is. I think I have the one. Right. And then leave like an inch and a half on this one. And that's it. Okay. So I might get a close up of this. See, can I get a close up of this macro lens? It's a wonderful trick. I don't hold the spool for anything anymore. Even do decors. Jesus, decors in the bag as well. Something to think about, maybe. Today is the first time I've used the bag for anything. Okay. So this should. So I should when I put the drill in reverse, this should come off and leave a perfect gap behind. Yeah, looks okay. So Nick was saying just keep tension on this and keep tension on this 90 degrees and just pull it off. Boom, boom, boom. Right, I'm going to cut this end flush here. And I'll give you a close up of that. It seems to. I could cut like 3 inches from the end. I hope that didn't damage the. Hope that didn't damage the gaps. Hopefully not. But even if it did, I still should have enough for 2 coils. Hopefully. I'm not as good as Nick Devine at focusing my C920, that's for sure. How's that? Yeah, it's hard to see. Right, so anyway, that is the ribbon wire prepped, staggered. So the next thing is to get the frames on and fuse it all together. So I'll get this camera out of the way actually. Out of my way. Right. So I'm putting 28 gauge frames on. So I know in next video he takes everything out of the chuck and preps it again. He preps it on his build mat. Now the Staggerton I done today, I just left it on and sort of binded the frames either end. Binded the frames either end, and did I glue? Yeah, I glued both ends again, and then I had a slider or a little plastic clamp to follow me along, and it seemed to work fine. So I'm going to try and do that again, and if it doesn't work, I can blame myself and say I should have listened to Nick Devine. Right. So 2 pieces of 28 gauge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place the meter side of the staggered ribbon wire and put a binder here, and then glue this end. Hopefully it'll work as well as it did earlier on today. Binders. Binder. Right. So I'll put plenty of wraps in this just to make sure it doesn't move. About 10 wraps. Try and make sure it's fairly tight. When I saw Steiger, I thought he was going to build drunk. How you, Bill? By the looks of things, propercoils is not gonna propercoils.com is not going to be able to ship to America because I've had I sent Bill some coils, I sent Disco Potato some coils about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and they haven't arrived. I had a couple of customers on to me today that they hadn't got them. A couple of American customers, so I think they're getting stopped at customs for some reason. I don't know why. I have them labeled as like electronic components, which they are. They're pieces of metal. They're coils. They're not. There's nothing vape written anywhere on them, so I don't know. Like even my labels say proper coils. They don't say proper vape coils. So I don't know um what the crack is. Because they were getting into America no problem, and now the last month or so they seem to have be having issues. So I might need to take shipping options to America off the website until I figure out what's going on. Because there's no point me selling coils and then people are not getting them, and then they're not happy. I'm not happy. So it's something I'm gonna have to. I think I'll just definitely temporarily take the US shipments off the website until I figure out what is going on. Right, I need another binder. It's unfortunate because I was starting to get a decent amount of sales in from the US the last probably 6 weeks, 8 weeks. So bad timing, but what can we do? Right, so I'll bind this end, I'll glue both ends, and that should be us ready to start fusing all this together. Bones, how are you? Right. Right, it's not pretty at the minute, but I will tidy it up. So I have my binder out. I'm going to glue this end. I'm going to have a clamp. I'm going to have a clamp about a couple of inches in front. Focus, god damn it. Anyway. Right, so I'm going to glue this and and glue this end. And we will start fusing. Right, 38 gauge. When some reviewers say PC coils, they mean proper coils. No, that's probably Todd's reviews you're thinking of. PC coils is a different company. Yeah. The main guys in the UK that use reviewers that use my coils would be Vaping with Vic, Flat Cap, Vapor, Little Bro Vapes, and Vape Don't Smoke. They'd be the main guys that use mine. Mark Todd's reviews. He uses PC. He's been using PC coils for years. I don't actually know where they're from. I presume they're Scottish. Since he's Scottish, I presume they're Scottish. Right, time to fuse this. So it's not the tidiest looking, but it'll do. I'll wrap around 5 or 6 times just to get me going. Hand wrap it just to even tie it in there so it doesn't come loose. And the late night vape show as well. Sorry, Bill. The late night vape show also use my coils but at the minute they can't get them because they're in America. So we're having shipping issues for some reason. I don't know why. Right, I'll put the macro lens on. So See, can we get it focused? And see, can we see this fusion at the start? Boom, boom, boom. All right. Okay, it's pretty good. Right, look, so far so good. There was a little bit there at the start that I had to go over and back a couple of times, but it's seems to be fusing in pretty good. Not bad for my second ever Staggerton, live in front of I don't know many people. um, right, we'll keep going. Never thought of using a Slim Jim when making coils. Never thought of using a Slim Jim when making coils. Um, okay. Hopefully that's just a shipping sand snafu. Yeah, I don't know. Well, to be honest, I think it's a bigger problem because that's it's yourself, Disco, and then 2 customers in the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks. I don't know. It's worrying for me because I don't want to be sending coils out and then hoping they're going to get there. You know, if I have every so often, there's always some shipments that doesn't get there or something happens. Like, but it's rare. It's not a common thing. But 4 out of 4, the last 4 shipments to America, 4 of them in the last 3 weeks, none of them have got there. So it's obviously a big issue somewhere. You know. Right, lads, this is going really well. I'm not gonna lie. um, I've probably no, maybe not enough for a coil, but nearly. This is great. This is the second Staggerton I've ever done, and first Staggerton I've used 38 gauge, so it's it's going pretty good. To the coil builders in the chat there, how fast do you run the drill when you're doing your Staggertons? Um, just out of interest, like, because I'm just sort of guessing it here myself how fast to go. I don't know if I'm going slow or fast or what. Whatever speed I'm doing is working, obviously, but I'm curious to know. Do you go faster or slower or? Bones. It's my second go, but I've been coil building obviously 4 or 5 years, but I haven't tried these before. And Nick put the go on me to try them because I was watching his video the other day. He done a Staggerton in one of his lives. Um, and I know, like a lot of this is the prep book for the ribbon, and I'm very good at that because I have the frame staples on the website, so I do like I'm fairly efficient and good at the prep book for the ribbon. So the only thing was the only thing to worry about really was the staggering, but the staggering's going well. Right, I definitely have enough for a full coil and a half there now. It's it. Okay. Slow at first. Now can let rip. Okay, right. I'll let this one rip because I'm getting cocky now. Once I get the camera set up. Boo. It's bouncing. Bouncing. Yeah. That's what you get for being cocky, isn't it? Yeah, it's right in the middle of the run now, so it's like it's bouncing too much. I need to just take it slow. Slow seems to be the way for me. Something is happening. I think the ribbon might have twisted. Possibly. Or my frames are too loose. Right there. I might be at the end of the road here. Yeah, I think the ribbon's after twisting right there. Damn. Yeah. Fuck it. Right, I'll see how much I have. See if I got enough for 2 coils. Where is my tape? Six and a half inches. I might have. I think I'm going to stop it there. Yeah, it seems to have collapsed and twisted the ribbon. See the way it's like flat here, and then it's all twisted. Yeah, fuck it. I'm not gonna be able to fix that. And then I think I have enough for 2 coils anyway. So, but look, it's second go, pretty good, pretty happy with that. Pretty happy with that. Yeah. Right, I'll chop this up into 2 coils, hopefully. I tell you what I'll do. I'll chop it into one piece and wrap 1 coil, and then I will see what I've left from my second piece. And I think I'll stick it in the Asgard Mini. I haven't used that in a while. Right, okay. I'll transition to the other screen. Transition. There we go. Oh. 2 5 wraps. Yeah, 2 5 wraps bones. I should do, yeah. Right. Just over 6.5 inches. Right. We will 3mm rod, and we will wrap this. I know I've seen Nick flatten his out. I'm not going to do that today because I don't want to mess it up. It's only when I've got a good run done me a second go. But I'll give it a squeeze with the nylon pliers, try and flatten it out. I wonder can I get a close up of this on the ground. Yeah. Not bad for a second go. Happy, very happy with that. Very happy. Great camera work, John. My internet is shit tonight. Thanks very much, Graham. Very good for a second go, yeah. Thanks, Bones. Slow as fuck at first, then let it rip, yeah. Okay. Right, we will wrap 2 coils up. For any of you that vape these, what's your thoughts on how to vape? Desk is a mess. Right, we will. I'll try to keep the leads as short as possible so I'm not running out. Right, so 3mm. I don't know how you use lads coil your or wrap your coils, but I always leave 90 degrees and then I'll kick it back to make the legs level. There we go. I get the macro on again. Pretty cool. They're very cool looking, very slick looking or something. Wonder if I have a black background is easier. Apparently, Twisted Mess's his favorite vape is a Staggerton. So yeah, that was definitely one of the motivations for making it as well, just to see could I make my own. I haven't tried a lot of staggered builds, and it's something I'm definitely going to start doing because. And the reason I haven't tried a lot of staggered builds, I know I tried it with Nick when he went live with me on the YouTube channel a couple of weeks ago, but it's not something I've tried a lot of because the drill I use is too fast and I can't get a consistent stagger. I can't get a consistent stagger, so I'm going to start using the hand drill a lot more. Jesus Christ, I'm short here, am I? I don't know if I have enough for 2 here. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, just Bones was correct. Bones was correct. There's the second one there. That just worked out nice. Just enough to do two. Just enough to do 2 Staggertons. Perfect. If only I could take nice, beautiful coil shot photos, I would stick them up on Instagram. I'll definitely take some shots of these. That's another thing I probably need to get better at, is the photography end of things. But yeah, very happy with that. Very happy. Right, I'm gonna find my Asgard Mini and see, can we stick that in. Go. Right, 1 second. I'll get me Asgard. Decent vape, 2 on a pair right now. Oh, very good. Right. What would I put this Asgard on? I'll put it on the... I'll put it on the Odin. Stick in chat? What's your favorite coil vape? Like, what's your favorite pair of coils that you regularly vape all the time? Your go-to sets. Be interested. Never used one, John. I couldn't remember what I have coils in this, but I have some 5 core aliens in there. Did not know I had anything in that, so 10 ply with ribbon frames, nice and spicy. This is the first build live proper, like, well, not my first, because the first bag was with Nick. I did try to do some, as well, a few of you in chat would have seen last year. I did try and do some lives, but I was working off a laptop, and the laptop wasn't. My internet's actually always been very, very good here in the house, but the laptop wasn't capable of handling streaming and recording or anything. So I just knocked it on the head because I was sick of having audio issues and sick of having every issue under the sun. And I said I'd leave it until I got a decent setup. So I have a decent audio. I hope I have a decent audio. Decent video. I got a new PC. So I'm hoping to do a couple of live build shows. Maybe at least start off like 2 a month or something. Every fortnight maybe. And see how to go. And I'm thinking of trying, instead of me going live and doing stuff that I know I can do, like doing 5 core aliens, 3 core aliens, frame staples. I was thinking of maybe doing stuff I've never done before, and then just seeing how I get on. Like, as of this morning, I've never done a Staggerton, and now I've got 2 sets of Staggertons today, which is pretty cool. So I'm thinking maybe I'd really like if Nick Nick was talking about doing his coil class again. I'd really like to follow up on Nick. So like if Nick does a coil class, I follow up on his the next week maybe, or the next or 2 weeks after, and try and do what he done. I'd obviously be able to do the basic ones at the start and your aliens and your, but like the more when he gets to the more complex stuff, I'd like to throw up a video following his coil class and do them all then eventually. That'd be pretty cool, I think. Something pretty cool to do, you know. I'm obviously not a beginner. Like I have plenty of experience building, but my experience building is not like super exotic coils like these. Well, I don't know if you'd count these as exotic, but my 4 or 5 years experience building is building your regular aliens, your regular fuse claptons, frame stables. I'd really love to be able to. I'd love to. If he says he's not going to do a second series of coil class, I might just go through his first coil class and start at something that he's done that I've never done, and go and work my way up through them all. I think that'd be pretty cool. Aliens for alien staggered fuse claptons, or stable staggered fuse claptons. Happily vape any of them. If you want something quick, it's generally 4 core aliens. Yeah. I think my favourite vape at the minute is 0.1 3 core aliens, three cores of 26 gauge nichrome and wrapped in 36 gauge nichrome. Perfect for me. It's perfect on a mech, single battery mech, and it's perfect for an RTA that has a bit of airflow. But I'd love to be able to do more than I could do, and I'm capable of doing a lot more, I think. And I think putting myself under the gun a bit, like scheduling a video every 2 weeks, right? I'm doing this every 2 weeks, would force me to learn, you know. Right. Right, so we have 28 gauge 28 gauge Canthal frames. Someone's going to work out the maths for me now. 28 gauge Canthal frames, 8 pieces of 0.4 Canthal ribbon, and the wrap is a 38 gauge Canthal. That's full Canthal, isn't it? Am I right? Yeah, full Canthal. What should they omit it? What should I be hitting? It's great to watch experimentation with someone capable. I like seeing people succeed for the first time. Yeah. I think if I follow his coil class, I really love for him to do a new coil class. I'd love that. And for me to do a follow up video the next week or the week after. If I do it fortnightly, I could nearly pick and choose. Like I could skip coils that I've done already. I don't mind messing up. It doesn't bother me in the slightest. I think all the coil builders in chat will tell you that you very soon get used to messing up when you're trying to learn how to build coils, because you're going to mess up a lot, and it doesn't bother me messing up on lives, because I've seen Nick Divine, Twisted Messes, all the guys that be on YouTube like doing live builds mess up all the time. The best builders in the world mess up all the time, so it doesn't bother me. I'm expecting to do that, you know. Only really use Canthal for decors. Okay. Oh yeah, fucker. Stabbed myself. Right, I must actually show you my other one. 1 sec. Oh yeah. This was my first ever Staggerton. I'm gonna have it in my the death trap area. I'm probably not gonna vape it. Sorry, I'll show you these now. Right, I'm going to try and focus this before I switch over to these. Right, Nick Devine does this. I presume this is what he does. Go into properties, early on, save, configure video, camera control, focus, autofocus off. Just give us a sec. I want to see if I can get this focused before I switch over these. Hmm. No. That's one of them in focus. Yeah. That's as good as I get. Boom, boom, boom. Right, this is 0.1 is looking like. I like Canthal for frames in mixed alloy builds. Systems down to glow. Put it up to 50. That looking nice. Yeah, going evenly there now, and they settle down eventually at 0.11. There you go. Nice. Yeah, the first one I done was this one here. That was earlier on today. That was my first ever Staggerton. If it focuses, that's the picture I had up on Instagram. Um, that was eight pieces of 0.5 ribbon with 26 gauge frames and 36 gauge wrap. I wanted to do it a bit bigger the first go just to so I could see what I was doing better, you know. But the build for both was pretty similar. There wasn't much difference in 36 gauge or 38 gauge. Yeah, pretty cool. So we obviously have Staggertons down to perfection now at this stage. So that's they've them mastered. Yeah, pretty cool. Right, we'll wick this. I'll see what it vapes like, and then I will finish up because I've been here for an hour and 20 minutes. Jesus. I haven't vaped an Asgard Mini in ages. Any of the team here from Coil Colony, thanks for inviting me into the team. I was asked today and I gladly accepted. I'm not to the standard of most of the guys there, and definitely photographic wise, the guys take unreal photos. But I'll be picking their brain. I'll be asking them questions. I'll be annoying them, and hopefully I'll learn a bit. I'd actually, now that I think of it, it's something I've actually never thought of before. I'd really like to have someone on the channel and do a live with them purely on coil photography. And so if anyone wants to jump on me in a couple of weeks and talk about, like, not build for an hour, but like talk about photography and how they take the photos, I think that'll be pretty cool and it'll be something different as well. So if there's anyone there, or if anyone watches the replay, that'd be interested in doing that, give me a shout, because I'd love to learn more about the photography end of things, because I'm not the best. Like I don't have. I'd actually like to know what equipment people use and what lighting setups they have, and the editing end of things. It'd be interesting, and it'd be something different. It'd be a different sort of live to watch. It'd be pretty cool, I think. Yeah, so if you know anyone that'd be interested in jumping on with me for an hour to talk about coil photography, or even if they could jump on and show us how they do, like with a set ready to go, and show us how they take shots, that'd be amazing. Like, or maybe you just don't want to give away your secrets. I don't know. Time to bust out the 42 gauge. I need to reorder a load of wire because I noticed today, because I was going through what I had. I need to make a big order. I usually make like a big order. I try not to order wire too often, so I'll order like 6 months worth. I'll be doing that next weekend, so I I need to just have a look at my stock and see what exactly I need to get. But I've never. The highest gauge I've ever used is 40 gauge, but I think I might experiment a bit and get higher gauges. 42, 50 is a bit of a stretch. I think I'll leave that for now. Yeah, I'm gonna get 42, 44, even if I get small quantities of them and just see and have them there if I need them, if I ever need them. Especially if I do that coil glass thing, it'd be useful to have. It'd be useful to have a variety of gauges though, in case I get stuck. Right, juice and vape this, and I'll hit. Boy. So we're going to put on some Strawberry Crunch from Num Nums. There was a charity live, an American charity live, on about 3 or 4 months ago, and I won this on the charity live. And I didn't win this. I won 40 bottles of 30ml concentrates from Num Nums. So I've got a shitload of juice to experiment with and use for the next probably couple of years even. I wouldn't have to buy juice for, I'd say, at least 2 years with the amount of stuff I have. So it was pretty cool to win that. Right, we'll bump this up to I think 100. Yep. I found the Sony RX10 MK4 a possible winner as it does zoomed macro pictures. Pricey, but I thought I bought it for the holidays and love making macro shots with mine. Yeah, I'll have a look at that. Nikon D5500, 3 flashes on a rail, Helicon, then Lightroom to edit. Yeah. I don't mind spending a few pound if I think it'll bump the quality up for sure, yeah. I'm going to won't be long learning winning a team, yeah, true, yeah. I've no excuses, I've plenty of people to ask now. Yeah, for sure. Right, when it's all wicked up, it's actually sitting at 0.1 now, so 0.1, 100 watts. And we're back. Juice all over the place. Yeah. I definitely noticed that I'm not vaping aliens for sure. Phone cam is much less hassle. So much less hassle. Phone cam. I don't know what you mean by phone cam. Phone cam. I still use a Nokia Windows phone for my pics. Okay. Oh, yeah, a phone. Yeah, okay. An actual phone camera, right? Okay. Yeah. Clayton Bronsky. Clayton Von Kluge, thanks very much for popping in. You're just about to watch me vape my first ever set of, or second ever set of Staggertons. You probably can't see that. I thought clouding up my camera. Yeah. So yeah, pretty cool. Second set ever made and first set I ever vaped. Really nice. They don't sizzle as much as a set of aliens. It's like a smoother vape. Really nice. We'll try 110 watts. Yeah, I think a little bit warm. I think we could keep it at 100. Really nice vape. Not as spitty as an alien, I think. Just like a really nice, smooth vape. It's nice. It's really nice. That's it, lads. You've had the pleasure of seeing me build my second ever set of Staggertons. Thanks everyone in chat for popping in, and I've been going for like an hour and a half, so thanks very much for everyone who stuck around for a lot of it. And it was pretty cool. It went that well. I wasn't expecting it to go as well as it did. I'm going to be doing some sort of a live show, a live build show every second week, and I'm going to try and do stuff I've never done before. I will have I'm going to have recorded alien how to make an alien video and fuse Clapton and like your basic coils. Not that an alien's a basic coil, but the ones I know I can do with my eyes closed, I'm going to have recorded tutorials up. But I think my lives, I'm going to try and stick with stuff I haven't done before, and just wing it and see how I get on. So if it goes as well as today, it'll be pretty cool. It won't always go as well as it did today, but I'm just interested in learning stuff, trying to learn stuff I haven't done before and coils I haven't done before. So I run like www.propercoils.com, and you get a bit sick of making the same coils over and over again. So it's nice to do something different every so often. So I think it'll be good for myself to learn all the different builds, maybe not them all, but a lot of different builds. So hopefully Nick Devine starts his the second season of his coil class, and I'll maybe link in with him and do videos after he does his, and try and do follow-up videos to his. So that's what I'm thinking. If he doesn't, I'll either go back to his old series and pick out coils I haven't done. He's done that I haven't done before, and try and learn off him. And yeah, he's going to follow my journey of failure and the odd success. So today was a success, and thanks for everyone for coming in, and I'll see you in a couple of weeks. Cheers.